lucid dreaming? Okay, well, thanks for asking that very important question, Dave. Well, lucid dreaming is when you are falling to sleep in the very beginning stages. You are still in a conscious state, but you are dreaming, but you are consciously dreaming. And you have all of your faculties as far as like your senses. And it feels, in my experience with lucid dreaming, if lucid dreaming feels more real than our so-called reality, what we think is reality. And a lot of times it's easy to get into the state of lucid dreaming if you are consciously aware that in those few minutes before you drift off into a dream state, that you stay conscious even while going into the dream state. That's what lucid dreaming is. It feels more real than reality. And that's how my instant manifestations have come to light, is through lucid dreaming. And so it is a very powerful tool. Now, it's not, it's kind of a gray area. There's people that have had negative experiences with lucid dreaming. Oh, you can stay in that. You can stay in the lucid dreaming all night. I know I stayed in the lucid dreaming stage for hours, basically from the point that I laid down to go to sleep until I woke up in the morning. So that's a good 6 to 8 hours. Well, I don't sleep more than 6 hours. So usually it was about 6 hours or 5.5 hours, 6 hours of lucid dreaming. And then when I woke up, I'm like, wait a minute, is this the dream? Is this reality? Because what I was just dreaming, my lucid dreaming felt more real than me being awake, which I don't even like using that word, because awake means you're celebrating someone passing over. So anyways, I like to say when I rise up in the early day. But as far as lucid dreaming, you can dream the whole entire night. And that's been my experience with lucid dreaming. So anyways, but that's a good question. Thanks for asking, Dave. I appreciate that. Because lucid dreaming, for some people, sounds spooky and creepy. But and like I said, some people have had negative experiences with hello. Oh, hi. I'm so glad you're here. You know what? I'm going to have to put on my second pair of eyes. So pardon me. I want to be able to read my messages. I am good. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for coming by. Let's see. I'm trying to get, this is my second live show, so I'm really thrilled. Hi. I'm so thrilled you're here. Thanks for the compliment. Okay. You know what? I think there's some more. Is there any more questions here? Lucid dreaming. How long can you dream in that state? I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anyone's questions. There's just only 2 of you here. But I am so thankful for that, because this is, how things get started. Yeah, okay. So I didn't miss anything as far as questions. Yeah, I was just talking about lucid dreaming. Dave asked me some questions about lucid dreaming and what it means and all that. So thanks so much. My fast time live with you. Yeah. Yeah, this is your first time. Halama. Yeah, that your name is going to be, I'm not sure what to call you, but I think you know that I'm talking to you. Halama. Halama? Halama? I hope I'm not messing up your name. I apologize if I am. But yeah, I'm so glad you're here. And Dave, did you ask me a question? I thought I saw another question. What does SP mean? Oh, yeah, SP means specific person. Yeah, that's a term that when in the in the manifesting world, when you hear someone use they use SP, they mean specific person. So in other words, if you're trying to manifest your dream soulmate, or a specific person, you already know their name. But even if you don't know their name, even if you're just like a single person and you want to manifest a special person, a new person, a soulmate or whatever into your life, but you don't know their name yet, you can just say SP. Your subconscious knows that you're looking for a specific person, and then you just take a journal. This is what I do with everything, basically, is I write out everything. And if I know the particular person's name, I will definitely use their name when I'm trying to manifest or create my dreams partner in crime or whatever. So what I'll do is I'll take my journal, which I have one over there on my bed. I have a little one right here, and just itemize every quality that I want my specific person to have, and you can get as detailed as possible. You can write down even the specific color eyes you want, but you definitely want to make sure you don't miss any details. So, okay. All right. So I'm back down to one person, but I'm still trying to answer everyone's, let's see. Why H? It's okay. Okay. I'm glad you understand. Okay. So as far as that, yeah, SP, yeah, trying to manifest a specific person. Now, if you know the name of the specific person and you're writing affirmations, then you want to use their name when you're writing your affirmations. So say you want your SP to be honest and loyal or whatever, you write their name. I know so-and-so's name, they will be loyal and faithful to me, and whatever other traits that you want. If you want them to be kind and loving and compassionate and affectionate, then you write those things in your journal also. But you can use their name. That's just what I do. So anyways, I hope I covered all that. Let me make sure. I'm gonna put my other set of eyes on again and make sure I didn't miss any questions or anything. Let's see. Just leave your glasses on. You look good with them on. Oh, I look good with my glasses on. Okay, I'll just leave my glasses on. Okay, so I think I'm down to you, Dave. It looks like you're the only person here. So, but thank you. I'm glad you say I look good with the glasses on. I'll just leave them on. I'm going to start a new movement. Glass wearing movement. But thanks for the questions, Dave. I appreciate that. It helps me get into the groove where you got to move, the Madonna song. So, yeah, I hope I'll get some more people chiming in. That was really sweet I'm not very good at manifesting. How can I level up my game? That's a very good question. There is many things you can do. I'll just leave these on, like you said, to level up in manifesting. And the first thing that I tell or encourage people to do first off is get to know themselves intimately. And I'm not saying, in a physical intimate way. I'm talking about in a spiritual intimate way. And I have done a whole mini series. It's called a 5-part mini series on how to have a harmonious life and create your heaven now, where I have 5 parts that talk about the initial steps that you need to take that will help you start leveling up your game, because those particular steps that I mentioned in that 5-part mini series will help you with your self-awareness and knowing yourself more deeply. Because the more you know yourself and the more self-aware you become, the quicker you can start leveling up your own game. And that self-awareness of who you are down to your spirit is the most important part, because everything starts in our spirit life. If we're not in touch with who we are spiritually and we're not aligned with our spiritual self, then that's like a big major cause of why so many people have messed up lives, and they don't have what they want or what they need. So that's the first thing I would do, is do spiritual scrubbing, learn how to become more self-aware, be more conscious of what you think and what you do, find out why you think the things you do, why you have limiting beliefs. And then once you start realizing, figuring out the areas that you have limiting beliefs in, then you can start reprogramming your conscious and subconscious mind, your spirit, everything about you. You start reprogramming everything down to your cellular level. So you become a trifecta, threefold alignment, and you become very powerful, and you'll start becoming more self-aware. So just like in any role-playing game, as you go along, you slowly start building yourself up. You start collecting more herbs, you start collecting more pieces of wisdom, you get better, stronger weapons, and you just become more powerful as you start going throughout your role-playing game. And that is how it is in real life. But unfortunately, the vast majority of the population will never level up their game. And if they do, it will be in small increments, trifle amounts. And what you want is large gains. You want to level up as much as possible, because that makes you not only have a more harmonious, happy life, but it makes you more powerful against the dark forces, against other people's negative energies. The stronger you are, the easier it is for negative energies just to bounce right off of you, because now you've learned, once you get to a certain point, you learn to transmute negative energy, and you become literally, so your vibrations are higher. And so if anybody has any negative unseen energy coming towards you, it will just bounce right off of you like nothing, because your vibrations are so high, and you've leveled up and leveled up and leveled up. And now you know yourself so well, and you know exactly how to get what you want. And you have a stronger self-identity in who you are spiritually. So that is the first steps, is in knowing thyself. And a lot of people avoid that area at all costs, because they don't like what they're going to find. They're afraid of what they might find deep inside of themselves, and they don't want to face all the ugliness inside of themselves. So they just compress it more and just ignore it. And then they wonder why their lives are such a mess. They wonder why people run from them. They wonder why people don't want to be around them. So, okay. All right. Another awesome, good question, Dave. Can I manifest something instantly, or do I have to keep doing it day after day after day? Well, that Depends. The answer is definitely yes, you can manifest something instantly. I have done that many times. And what if you get into the part of leveling up your game is when you become more self-aware, you start realizing your own self-confidence. So then when you get to a point of saying affirmations, say for instance, your affirmation was, I know I'm going to have my dream boat, or I want this dream boat, or, I want this dream boat, and you're specific about it. Okay. But when you get to the point where you know that once you say it once, it's a done deal, you're going to have it, period. And you have that belief and knowing inside of you that once you speak something, that's it, period. It's done. It's going to be yours. It's just a matter of waiting for everything to fall in alignment for someone to bring you what you want. And that can take time, but at other times it can be almost instant. The ways that I have got things instantly was just through a pure heartedness. There's 2 ways that I have got things instantly. 3 ways. The 3 ways that I know for sure that I can look back how things arrived instantly was having a pure heart and having a pure thought of, I wonder what my mom is doing. I need to call her. And then as soon as I have that thought or I speak those words out of a pure heartedness, my mom calls me right after I have that thought or whatever. And that has happened to me a lot. So either through your pure hearted thoughts and speech, you can manifest instantly. You can also manifest instantly using lucid dreaming. That's how I've manifested things instantly, is through lucid dreaming and my pure hearted thoughts. And then the third element of this is being in the state of knowing that when you speak something, it is done. Okay. You are going to have that thing or that person or whatever. They are yours, or that specific item that you're manifesting is yours. So through the decades of manifesting, I know that when I have accessed my pure-hearted emotions, that I definitely manifest instantly, no matter if it's for a good cause or a protective cause or whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. When I access those emotions from my heart, especially when they're pure-heartedness, your emotions are magic. So if people can learn to harness their emotions, especially from their heart, your heart is way more powerful than your brain. Your heart is hundreds of times more powerful than your brain. So, but now if you're manifesting, I'll get back to your question, Dave, because I don't know if I went off on a tangent, but you have to keep doing it day after day. If you don't have a belief and a knowing that you're going to have that, then keep affirming, because you haven't gotten to that place of, okay, I know it's going to be mine. Once you feel that you are in a place of knowing and belief, because the two are hand in hand, they're the same. When you have that strong belief, it's a strong knowing that whatever I have affirmed for or whatever I've spoken into existence is mine. It's going to be mine. Then once you have to let go of the how it gets to you, how, when and how it comes to you. That is what you leave up to God and the universe. They perform the magic that you can't see and bring the right people and the right things to you. But if you're still unsure, or you're wavering, then yes, keep affirming, because you still need to saturate and get everything in alignment. You need to saturate your conscious, your subconscious, your spiritual, everything needs to be in alignment. And if you're unsure still, and you're waffling, even if that's a lot of things, you can manifest through lucid dreaming. So you are in control of your dream. Yeah, exactly. You can totally, yes, that's another thing about lucid dreaming. Every time I have been in a lucid dream and I've been and that's what lucid dreaming is, you're conscious while you're dreaming, but it feels more real than like me sitting here right now talking to you. And you have control over what you do and say in your lucid dreaming. You are in total control. And usually when I'm lucid dreaming, because I'm in control, the one thing that I want to do is fly. And so I go through walls, I fly, and I'm free and I'm happy, and I usually have a spirit guide with me. And but everything that I'm doing, I am controlling. And if I want to see a certain person, then I see them and I will go be with them. You know, I'm literally in control of what I do, what I think. Just it's just amazing. It's amazing how much more real it feels than our supposed being, you know, in this reality we call a reality, you know. And a lot of times when I have woke in the mornings from a lucid dreaming, I'm really upset because I'm like, man, I like that lucid dreaming. I didn't want to leave that lucid dreaming state because I was flying and I was doing all kinds of things. I was in control, but it felt more real. And then when, you know, you wake up in the morning, it's like, oh man. So, but yeah, lucid dreaming, you are definitely in control of what you do and what you say. And I usually just tap into my heart's emotions also while I'm lucid dreaming. So anyways, I've seen people come and go and I'm like, okay, so I guess it's just me and you, Dave, for a while. I appreciate your questions though. Make sure that you give me a thumbs up. There could be other people listening and I don't know, but I'm going by what I see up here. So 26 minutes in, and I wish I could lucid dream. I will try tonight. Okay, well, do you sleep on your back, Dave? Because the times that I have had spiritual, well, lucid dreaming and also spiritual encounters were when I was sleeping on my back. I've never had a lucid dream while sleeping on my stomach. And I think that's, and I do prefer sleeping on my stomach, but when I sleep on my back, I have lucid dreaming, but I've also had other, I feel like from my experiences that I'm opening myself up, I'm vulnerable. And I've had two spiritual experiences. One was the one that I talked about in my videos, and the other one was it's like a succubus sucking energy out of me. And so I feel like I'm opening myself up when I sleep on my back. So although I've had wonderful lucid dreamings only while I'm on my back sleeping, and they're amazing, you're also, it's like you become conscious in that other realm that we can't see. Well, I can see it, but most people can't see the unseen realm that's all around us all the time. So when you're in that conscious state, in the lucid state, and you're in a different vibration, you're tapping into that other realm that's always right here, literally. And there's good and bad entities. There's ones that want to steal your life force. There's ones that want to give life force. There's ones that just want to make love to you. There's ones that will leave you alone. Don't matter. They don't care, you know. But to me, you're going to have you might have some good experiences and you might have some not. So, and believe me, they feel very real. They feel more real. And that's really hard for me to explain unless you've had a lucid dream. But let's see, you wish you could lucid dream. Okay. Yeah. 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 A lot of my videos, my live stream videos, I'm saving them. People can watch this later on. So yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Let's see, people can watch this later if they. Oh no, it's okay. You ask me away. That's what helps keep me going. Is you asking me questions. It really helps me go in a certain direction, and I want to cover everything because my channel covers several different topics that all are connected to manifesting in some way, shape, or form. Okay, they deal with the unseen realms and the supernatural realms. So, anyways, but yeah, I encourage anyone and everyone that's here to ask me as many questions as you want, and don't feel shy or anything like that, because I'm nervous too on this end. You guys can see me, I can't see you, so I get a little bit nervous, and but yeah. Well, that's fine. If you're not that, I mean, that's fine. What is self-concept? Okay, that's another good question. Okay, I thought someone was out there. Okay, sorry about that. So what is self-concept? Okay, so self-concept is what you believe about yourself. It's your self-identity. It's what you identify with, what you think that you are. It's believing either you're a good person or a bad person, or your self-concept is about whether or not you think you're an honest person or not an honest person, if you're a spiritual person or not, if you're a kind person or a compassionate person or you're not. It's what you really believe about yourself deep down. And the stronger your self-concept is, the easier it will be for you to manifest, because you will have so much confidence when you manifest. So if you aren't a confident person, you're not confident in your powers, you're not confident in who you are, then you're going to struggle at manifesting. You're going to have a chaotic, you're going to have a very chaotic ride. It's going to be very bumpy. Because you may want something and you're going to get it if you keep affirming for it, but then you can also lose it too if you have thoughts that go against what you want. So, but your self-concept though deals with what you truly believe about yourself in a spiritual manner, deep down. And if you don't think very highly of yourself, your manifesting life is going to be, and you're going to literally create this web, an entangled web. So having a stellar self-concept or self-identity, they're both the same thing, is very important. Yes, you can still manifest what you want, even if you have a poopy self-concept. Even if you're doubting who you are and you don't like the way you look or whatever, if you're having a bad hair day, you still will manifest what you want if you keep affirming for it. But the negative thoughts that you have about yourself also could either hinder it, or you could lose what you get and then get what you want and then lose it again. So it's really important to have a stellar self-concept, so you don't have negative thoughts standing in the way and delaying the process, because it can get you off focus if you have negative thoughts about yourself. If you hate yourself, that's really going to hinder your manifesting progress. If you have any negative thoughts about yourself, it will cause issues. Does it mean you won't manifest? No, you can still manifest with having, I've had times, periods in my life where my self-concept was kind of lacking. I thought, oh my gosh, after I had my 2 kids and I got divorced, I'm like, okay, now I'm old and washed up and who's going to want me? I kind of went through that phase very briefly, mind you. It was a very brief, and for only a short amount of time, they were a dominant thought. But I got out of that. And, but most of my life though, except for those brief periods of times, I've had a pretty strong stellar self-concept. I've loved myself. I've liked who I am, and I've liked who I am becoming. But it was hard for me to manifest exactly what I wanted when I was down on myself, when I was saying, oh my gosh, I'm old now, I'm used up, I've had 2 kids, who's going to want me, blah, 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 blah. It was really hard for me to manifest through all of that negativity. And I got totally off focus of what I really wanted because I was too busy thinking, oh, who's going to want me, blah, 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 negative things. And it totally took my tunnel vision, which should have been here, and it put it over here, off kilter. And we don't want that. We want to stay totally focused on what we want. If we want something, we need to stay focused on it. But the self-concept is important to having a harmonious life and having a harmonious manifesting and creating life, so it is important, but it is not the key to manifesting. It only makes the ride smoother and easier and less bumpy. So we're always going to be faced with challenges of some sort, challenges from other people. It doesn't matter, but the stronger you are in who you believe yourself to be, the easier it will be for you to walk through those challenging moments unscathed and then come out stronger, so we do need challenges. We can't grow as a person if we don't have someone challenging us. So I hope I covered your question. I'm sorry, I got off a little on a tangent. And really, Dave, I think you're the only one here for the moment. I was hoping I would get more people, but that's okay. I'll try to go live again. But if I keep asking, what does that mean? I'm not that knowledgeable. If I keep asking, where's the K? Well, it's all you, Dave. I think you're the only one here that's... I've been on here for 37 minutes. I've had 2 people chime in. Anyways, so you're my biggest fan, Dave. Woo! I got someone who... Okay, let me get back down here. Yeah, I'm only going to go live for an hour today since, there's only you. I'm not going to, go live. Well, maybe 45 minutes because for the little bit of time, I've only had 2 people. So I'm just going to, I think I'm just going to do 45 minutes today. That's good enough. Because, if I had a ton of people here, I would go longer, but, am I going to live stream tomorrow? What is tomorrow? Saturday? I think tomorrow I'm going to do it later in the day, like around 4. I'm going to live stream tomorrow. So a good question, Dave. Thank you. You get to see me again tomorrow and I get to interact with you guys or with you, Dave. But tomorrow I'm going to go live at 4, around 4, between 4 and 4:30. I'll go live. So, yay! Oh, we're both going yay! We'll figure out what we can talk about tomorrow. So I'm just going to go until 45 minutes. So I've got 6 minutes. 6 minutes to go. We'll see if anyone else shows up, Dave. And at 45 minutes, then I'm just gonna call it quits. So I'm putting my fillers out and trying to figure out when the best time is to go live, where most people will be available. So I hope I answered all of your questions. I'll go back here and just double check real quick, make sure I didn't miss anything from maybe someone else that showed up and I didn't know. But so far it looks like just leave your glasses on. Yeah, a lot of people aren't knowledgeable about. Whew. Yay. I had 4 people like my video, and then why does it keep changing? That's weird. It shows that I have 4 people like it and then not like it, and I think YouTube is playing games. Oh, you have another question for me? Okay, well, 5 minutes. I'm only going to talk about this for 5 minutes. The dragon bloodlines I have heard you talk about, if you have time. Yeah, I have just a few minutes to talk about it. So the royal family, the royal families, allegedly, they're linked to the dragon bloodline. And so the main royal dragon bloodline was the Merovingians, and they were considered one of the most prominent royal families that are linked to the dragon bloodline. Now, as far as other current, and I'm talking about current royal families right now that are considered part of the dragon royal bloodlines, which means they have the divine right to rule. That means, in other words, that a divine being gave this particular dragon bloodline the divine right to rule. And that, that can be debated who that divine God, divine being was that literally gave the Merovingian their divine right to rule. And they have just they're the dragon fairy, they're the dragon fairy bloodlines. And they were given that right by a god, Anyway, so the Habsburgs and the Windsors, and of course, the Russian Romanovs. And of course, right now, the British royal family are linked to the dragon bloodlines. So I'm not sure if you want me to clarify any more. I mean, I do have sources that I have stated in the videos that I have listed in my playlist. I give all of my sources that I encourage everyone to do their own research and come to their own conclusions, because some of the theories or speculations, that's what they call them, even though they are they do come from facts, but the mainstream doesn't want to accept that. They have their own agenda. So a lot of the sources that these particular authors derive their information from are from the extra biblical texts, like the Enochian texts, the pyramid text, the Nag Hammadi text, any text that used to be part of the biblical canon that was taken out, which was like the Book of Enoch, the Book of the Giants, the Book of Mary Magdalene, on and on and on. There's a lot of books that were once part of the biblical canon, and then the Roman Catholic Church came along and did a biblical scrubbing, and they just went, no, we don't want this. No, this, they had a meeting, the Council of Nicaea decided what books were going to be allowed in the new biblical canon. So a lot of books that originally were there were scrubbed, and the Book of Enoch was one of them. And so if you look at all the extra biblical texts that used to be part of the biblical canon, you get a much bigger, clearer picture of who has the divine right to rule. And when you look at the big picture, which I have done, and I've read tons of sources, it is the royal dragon bloodline that has the divine right to rule over humanity. So I don't know if I've cleared that up for you good enough, but I am going to jump off of here now, and I will go live tomorrow. And everyone that was here with me, yay, thank you. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.